Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com. Today we're talking about the Hubbardton forged chandelier called the Forged Leaves 5-arm 103052. Very, very pretty fixture. Let's get into the details on this. Overall height of the fixture from the bottom of the fixture to where the first piece of chain is going to start is coming in at 19.75. So, and that's going to be, there's a loop at the very top where the chain begins from there. 26.9 inches, you can call it 27 inches in diameter, and that's going to be to the edge of the glass. This is the piece of glass on it. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm going to be using 5 candelabra sockets, which we'll talk about as well. I want to get into more detail on this, and to show you how to do that, we're going to go look at the install sheets. So if you're on the page for this on HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the right-hand side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for Installations Instructions PDF. So open that up for me if you can. You're going to see a lot of information there. You're going to see a full parts list. You're going to see drawings. You're going to see in those drawings a picture of this guy. This is going to be a retaining ring tool. It's going to help you get the glass on and keep it on. We're going to talk about that in a second too. It's going to show you that it's going to be shipping with a 5-inch round canopy. This goes over your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys have in your ceiling. There's a bracket on the back of this that goes on here. And there's a loop here where your chain comes down from. It's a super light fixture, so there's no weight limitations. It's easy to put up. It's going to ship with 15 feet of wire, and that's going to be easily enough for you to come down from a 2-story foyer or from a cathedral over a dining table, cathedral ceiling. Slope ceiling is fine, obviously, because it's, weight is, the gravity is just going to make it come straight down. It's going to ship, like I said, 15 feet of wire. It's also going to ship automatically with 36 inches of chain to begin with. So you get 3 feet of chain to start with. If you guys need more chain, just call or email me and I can walk you through chain. We sell it every day. You'll notice on the chain when you get it that it's an oval, so there's a long side and a short side of the oval. And on the middle of one of the long sides is a seam. It's going to be able to open and close, and basically you can use as little or as much as you guys want. Obviously the smallest amount would be 1 piece to connect the fixture to this. That would be the minimum, and then obviously the maximum is you've got 15 feet of wire, so you're good to go there. So there you go. Let's go back into this guy for a second. Well, let's talk about socket first. So it's going to be using a Type B, and that's the smaller chandelier size socket, the little guy. It's not the bigger guy, it's a smaller guy. It's going to be easily obtainable anywhere you go into. And we're going to talk about LEDs versus incandescents too. If you guys want to stick with incandescents, that's our old friend here. It's going to be 60 watts in each of these sockets, so you're fine with that. It's also a dimmable fixture. Anytime you're limited because of 60 watts or 40 watts or 100 watts, it's because of the heat generated by the bulb and the confinedness of the glass. If you get into LEDs, the only caveat to that is, can I get it into the glass? Because they don't generate much heat, they don't use a lot of electricity. This is a 60 watt equivalent LED, and a couple things you're going to notice. So the type of recommended bulb is a G16, that means globe. And part of the reason that I would not be using a torpedo is I've used these in the past, and what happens is these will come out of the top. They'll eclipse the top of this, and I don't necessarily want to see the top of this thing. I do like using these globe guys for lots of different reasons. Stay there. This is a G16. This guy's running around. Hold on. G16.5 is going to be the LED version of a G16 incandescent, and the reason for that, and you can see it on the bottom, you'll notice the diameters are the same, but on the bottom this guy's a little taller. Reason being, there's a little circuit down here because LEDs need a driver, unlike incandescents which don't need a driver. So that's what's hiding in this bottom part. So G16.5, you can find them on Amazon. That's usually where I find these kind of things. You might be able to find them at like Home Depot or Lowe's too. That's another good spot for these. And again, you've got 5 of these, so even if you got 40 watt equivalents or 50 watt or 60 watt equivalents, I think that would be more than enough for your needs. You could probably find these higher watt equivalents, but you're going to have to do some digging on the internet to do that. Okay, so the other thing is you can choose your color temperature when you get into LEDs. I tend to like the warmth of an incandescent bulb, our old friend from the past. That's going to be 3000 Kelvin warm white, and there's a Kelvin scale, 3000 Kelvin warm white, 5000 Kelvin cool white light. That's like doctor's office light or daylight. It's often called daylight. So you have to remember when you're buying these things, buy the color temperature you like. If you like that warmer incandescent glow, that's the light that's coming down on my hands from the LEDs above me, 3000 Kelvin. Everything else, 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. Buy dimmable versions if you can. That's going to be pretty important. Put them on a decent dimmer that can accommodate LEDs, and you're good. So glass is easy. This is that piece of glass again. I'll get into what opal glass is all about. You'll notice that it's just going to basically go over the socket, and then it's going to come with these retaining rings. And these retaining rings have a ridge on one side, they're flat on the other side, and they're going to just go over the threaded socket inside the glass. And how you do that is you're going to be getting this nifty tool automatically in the box. So when you see it, you'll notice that one end is flared and it can accept that retaining tool. So remember, that's the flat side. The ridge side is inside of the ridges, so it all connects. You're going to take your glass, you're just going to kind of put it over the socket on the fixture. You're going to take this and slowly go over, and you're going to just use it just like you think you would, and righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and when you're done, you're going to take it out. The retaining ring will be inside, holding this onto the fixture. You'll take this guy and put it into a kitchen drawer someplace and forget about it for the next 5 or 6 years until you need it someday, and you absolutely should be fine. So I want to touch on Hubbardton Forge's glass for just a second. Hubbardton Forge's opal glass is not just another piece of white glass. This is actually hand-blown glass. All of their glass is hand-blown. And to begin with, it's actually a clear piece of glass to start with. And then they come in, they blow a second layer on the inside of white glass. Then they come back and they do a third step where they sandblast the entire outside. So you'll notice when you get these in your hands, they actually have layers of glass on them on the end. You can see them on these two pieces, and it gives it this really soft, semi-transparent, kind of milky quality. It's a soft glowing piece. Really, really pretty. You know, they're really obsessed about details at Hubbardton Forge, and a lot of people don't. I don't think they appreciate it out in the world, but you appreciate it because that's why you guys are here watching this video. There you go. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, do me a favor, look over on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see a lot of red tabs over there. One is going to be the Finishes Help Guide. When you're done with this video, go over there and open that up for me, and you're going to see a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a color chart just below the video, so scroll down a little bit, you'll see that chart. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them, pictures that have the letter B on them, and I'm going to be talking about that range you can see in variance on there in that video. So it's really important to watch the video, use that chart. When you're done with all that, come back down to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures and see a lot more samples of Hubbardton Forge fixtures in that finish. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in dark smoke, click on dark smoke. If you want to see a bunch of stuff in vintage platinum, do the same, and so on and so on and so on. That's a great way for you to see a lot of Hubbardton Forge stuff in different finishes and really take advantage of that, okay? So our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On display page on our website. It's going to be back in the red tabs over there. A lot of good things in that section. Check out. So when you open that up, you'll see it's all divided up into different sections like dining pendants and outdoor lighting. We're always adding to that. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. They don't even have a showroom like this. Nobody does. And they use this as their showroom when you guys come to Vermont to visit us. So lots and lots to see here. You can see all the different glass, all the different finishes, all the different fabrics, all of those things. In addition to that, we have a clearance center. So the clearance center stuff are returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. That's an amazing deal for you. If you guys want to take advantage of that, you have to come here to Vermont to see us. And when you do me a favor, measure all the kind of things about your project and what you guys are doing. So the most important thing is measure your ceiling heights to begin with. Measure distances between junction boxes and like windows and ceilings and those kind of things. So if you're looking at sconces on the wall, you can see if they're going to fit for you. If you're doing pendants over a kitchen island, measure the distances between those junction boxes. Widths of tables, kitchen tables, dining tables, lengths of tables, islands, all that good stuff. And also do a couple more things. If you guys have some tablets or iPads lying around, take pictures of all these things. Take pictures of the kitchen, take pictures of the projects you're doing. Bring that in so we can kind of go through those pictures together and we'll be able to see what you guys are up to, okay? And also the boxes and clearance stuff, for clearance stuff, are basically packed for shipping. Don't forget, these were supposedly shipped out. So the boxes tend to be on the bigger side, so bring a decent size SUV if you want to take stuff home. It's a really good opportunity for you. When you buy your Hubbardton forged fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer that offers 90-day returns and no restocking fees. That's 3 months after you receive something to send it back, and there's no restocking fee on that. Some larger items and custom things, and it's usually going to be big things on pallets, are going to be non-returnable. It'll always tell you on the page for an item if that is the case, so always keep an eye out for that. And we also offer a rush program. So to get all these different metal finishes, Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock. They generally take about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. We can cut that time in half, and it's really, really inexpensive. If you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email and I can clue you in on details, okay? So our showroom in Vermont is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to drop a quick email, you can do that all the time. And that's going to be at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont. Or you can call me during business hours, 802-446-2400. So thank you for stopping in today, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.